In this video, I will be demonstrating how I record vocals and guitar simultaneously. And this is something you might want to do if you are recording something live, or if you just would like it to have a live feeling to it, or maybe you just prefer to sing while you play. But when we record two signals in the same room at the same time, you are going to have bleed between those microphones. So for example, in this situation, I would have guitar coming into my vocal mic, and I would have vocals getting picked up by my guitar mic. So I'm going to be demonstrating some ways that you can eliminate bleed and just get a clear, clean signal of both at the same time. So the microphones that I will be using in this video are the AKG C214 condenser mic on my vocal, and then I will be using an MXL 991 condenser microphone on my guitar. On the AKG, I have the pad disengaged, but I will be engaging the high pass filter on my vocal just to filter out some of the lower boomy frequencies from the guitar and from the room that we don't need. We don't need those. So both of the microphones that I'm using today have a cardioid polar pattern, which means that they reject sound from the back and a little bit from the sides, and they receive it from the front of the microphone. So as you can see on this pencil condenser, the front of it is where it's going to be picking up the most sound, and as you can see on the AKG, you can see the capsule in there, and then as you flip it around, this is the part where it's going to be rejecting the most sound. And so we're going to keep that in mind when we're setting up these microphones. So I'm going to be using these cardioid polar patterns to my advantage for this setup. So since these microphones pick up sound directly in front, I'm going to make sure that I am facing the front of the microphone towards what I want to pick up. So you can see I'm taking the vocal mic and facing the front of the capsule towards my mouth, and then I'm going to be twisting it around so that the back of that microphone is facing my guitar. And this way it'll reject as much guitar as possible. And I'm also going to be doing this for the pencil condenser microphone, just kind of trying to face it downwards more than just straight across so that it is picking up the guitar and rejecting as much of my vocal as possible. So with this setup, we aren't going to fully eliminate all bleed between these microphones. We're still playing and singing in the same room at the same time. But because we're facing the rejection axis, here you can see on the bottom, that's where it's rejecting. We're facing that towards the guitar. We're not going to pick up as much direct guitar in the vocal mic, and we're not going to pick up as much direct vocal in the guitar mic. And then I also added a pop filter to my vocal mic as well. We are ready to go. This is the full setup with the pop filter. We've got both microphones. Probably gonna have to adjust them a little bit as soon as we sit down, but we are ready to check the lines. So we've got a universal audio interface, the Arrow interface. This one has 2 channel mic inputs. I'm going to be setting both of those preamps to mic instead of line. And then we are going to disengage the high pass filter on the guitar, and then I'm going to re-engage it for the vocal because I want to eliminate as much boominess and low frequencies out of the vocal. Sometimes the guitar has a lot of low frequencies that I'm also kind of trying to eliminate from getting in the vocal mic. So, and then we've got 48 volt turned on, and we are ready to check the gains, turn the gains up to where they need to be. I'm gonna need to make 2 tracks in Pro Tools. I have one for vocal and one for guitar, and then we will engage the record enable button. So once we have those tracks made and record enabled, we can begin playing and just getting the level to where it needs to be. So I'll probably adjust the mic positioning a little bit while I'm doing this gain check, just to make sure that I'm getting the best sound out of the instrument. So I'm kind of taking the pencil condenser and trying out different positions on the guitar, and I'm doing this so that I can kind of get the tone that I want from the guitar before I even record it, so I don't have to do as much EQing to the guitar. So as you can see, I kind of tried the pencil condenser mic when it was more over the sound hole directly, and this came off a lot more boomy than I wanted, so I ended up moving it up towards the 12th fret, and I got a little more brightness, a little more clarity out of this positioning. So I'm going to be showing you in the next clip how the results sound, and I'm just going to flip back and forth between showing you just the guitar mic, just the vocal mic, and both mics together. I'll go out for a while. I'll